Welcome everyone to the Bluegrass iRacing Truck Series. Qualifying is already underway here at Bristol Dirt. I hope everyone is having a great night so far. We are here in tune for another great week of racing here in the Bluegrass iRacing Series, as we will now resume this season on dirt, and this is where the schedule will start to be shaken up. On a dirt track, we have some really good dirt racers in here tonight. Bear Morton right now lapping in that 4th place position. And really quickly, if you haven't already, go ahead and don't drop your phones like I just did, but go ahead and hit the thumbs up button here on the video on YouTube and Facebook. It does a lot for us here as a community. We really thank you so much again for viewing in and week out. We are excited to do some racing here on dirt. A lot of drivers here tonight, and to be exact, I think we have over 45 here for Bristol Dirt. Bentley McFarland's on track. Daniel Worthington right now shown in P1 as he just took over that top spot. Hoffman right now also on track. Right now shown P13. Justin Winters right now shown in that P14 is right there. You can see 7 minutes left of qualifying at the moment. And I hope everyone has had a great week.
Don't forget,
and thank you very much for showing back up in here.
Real now.
And really quickly, while we're here in qualifying, as our drivers are going around track, we're going to go ahead, pull up the points really quick. And this is our series points right now so far this season. Daniel Cunningham at the top, followed by Bear Morton. Chad Ross right behind them. And all the drivers who have wins there on the right side are locked in to the playoffs, but they're fighting to be in that top 16 spot. Justin Winters, one of those guys who's really been fighting lately to gain as many points as he can. Now Justin Winters right now in the 15th place position. Everyone mainly kind of off the track right now. So tonight, just to give kind of a heads up, here at Bristol Dirt, we will have one stage break. That stage break is going to be a lap 40 tonight. These drivers have 3 sets of tires, so 1 at the start of the race, 2 for the rest. And then, 100 laps. So a lot of laps here at Bristol Dirt. You're going to see these drivers really working on the different lines here that they have. And, Bristol seems to change a lot. You'll see drivers really running the bottom. You'll see drivers running the top. Should be running everywhere. As right now, you can see here with Justin Winters, just kind of running everywhere right now. Maybe getting an extra few practice laps in. Travis Twitty's going to clock in P16. Christopher McCullough's on track right now. Christopher McCullough does have a win this season. Has been very strong, actually, as of lately. We'll be watching Christopher McCullough in that 04 machine. Had a little bit of an off week last week after getting caught up in an incident, but he did sit on pole. His relative Kenneth McCullough Jr. also has a win this season. Both McCulloughs are having a great season so far. Cunningham right now leads our point series. Barrymore second. Chad Ross, John Mallahan, and Wes Wiggin rounds out our top 5. Jeremiah Hobbs is out on track at the moment. Just a little bit less than 5 minutes left of qualifying left. See, these trucks, you never really get full throttle going down the straightaway. You can't really get full throttle without these things just wanting to completely loop. And we got a few drivers in here that we'll be watching out for that are really good on dirt racing. Jeremiah Hobbs going to clock in P12, and right now no other cars are on track, which is pretty insane for the amount that we have. But about 3 minutes left, and you can see Stands are filled. The dirt is ready for some racing. And, it's kind of, at least a term that I know it as, is like it progressively changes throughout the race. Once they start to run, that moisture, starts to be put down, and you really just want to keep your left front on that moisture as you go around the track. That's where the grip is. But once you run a lot of laps, especially with a lot of trucks, it tends to kind of move up the track, and then it just kind of disappears, and then you kind of have to just find out where the grip is and, run those lines. And, I'm not a great dirt racer myself, but we do have a lot of guys in here that are. And Bobby Hall Jr. right now out on track in that 94 machine. And you can see all the way up on track, and there's not really a deformed line yet. And you can kind of see it just kind of is everywhere right now. But you'll start to see kind of blackened patches on the dirt. So that is where the grip is going to be. Bobby Hall Jr. right now here out on track in that 94 machine. And Bobby Hall Jr., that first lap is actually going to go up to second quickest. Great run by that 94 machine. He's going to maybe look to see if he can maybe put it up here further. And he's running about the bottom. There is like a groove down there that is very bumpy, and you don't want to go over it. And he's putting his left front right on it, and he will stay in second place. Kenneth McCullough Jr. in that 03 machine went 23rd. You can kind of see him slipping and sliding. And Bobby Hall Jr.'s entry was definitely a lot more smooth than Kenneth McCullough Jr.'s there. And Kenneth McCullough Jr. has been in the front a lot, but not starting up there this race, as right now he's going to put that car in 23rd. And he will go off the track. So 2 minutes left here qualifying. Compared to other tracks, you could definitely get in a lap if you go out with less than a minute. Be watching here to see if anybody else goes out on track, but it is good to be back in Bristol. Personally, one of my favorite tracks. And, it's always been fun when they put dirt on it. So, really excited to see what is in store tonight. Especially with all the drivers we have. We have an insane amount of drivers tonight, which is always awesome here in the Bluegrass iRacing series. And Bobby Hall Jr. says it best, watch out for the sliders. Everyone's really going to be trying to slide in. And what drivers mean by sliders is it's mainly a cutoff. Like if you've been ever driving down the interstate and, there's always that driver that misses their exit and they cut right in front of you. That's basically what a slide job is. That you really throw it into the corner full throttle and you slide up in front of the other person to slow up their exit. And it creates great racing because you can easily do crossover moves on it. But that's how you have to pass here in dirt. And with 43 seconds, 37 now, does not look like any other driver is going to go out on track. So Daniel Worthington is the fastest in that 113 machine. The only driver here that's over 100. Nothing wrong with it, though. This is going to be an awesome race. It is Jonathan Cofield. Again, thanks for tuning in, everyone, tonight. 8 seconds left, so it looks like qualifying will be over. And Daniel Worthington, I believe, is going to snag his first pole of the season. Daniel Worthington currently sitting 18th in points, so this is definitely going to be a great start for him. He's had 2 top 10s this season, but nothing to really show for. And hopefully that this right here will change everything. So, if I remember right, we do have a 100-lap main, but I believe that we will have a few heats. And basically it's going to take every certain amount of driver of where they're starting, and they're going to confine them into a heat. So, looking at Cody Anderson here. Cody Anderson qualified up a little bit. So, each driver is going to be kind of in their own. It looks like it's going to take the top 15 for our first heat here. We'll wait for these guys to get out on track. And again, we do have a 100-lap main tonight. And for this heat, this is going to be our starting lineup here. You see Daniel Worthington, Cody Anderson, Daniel Cunningham, John Mollahan, Jeremiah Hobbs, Jeremy Vaughn, Travis Twitty, Dakota Shepard, David Sheets, Bentley McFarland, Michael Robinson, Carlton Charles. And then for the rest of the seat, it's going to be Michaela Steffes, Eric Dodd, and Michael Cole. So that is going to be our starting lineup for our first heat tonight. And again, you don't want to miss much of this. There's going to be a lot more. This is just our first heat of the night. So 15 drivers in this heat. See, they're already behind the pace truck. It's awesome being here on dirt. We have the very cool pace truck that gets around here, four-wheel drive on the dirt. See, there's Daniel Worthington, our pole sitter tonight. Trucks roar around the track. Looks like the pace truck lights are off, but I'd be expecting to maybe see if we go a lap around first. Maybe see if we could build clear up. Right there, you see the truck in turn 3. It looks like the pace truck. They're still off, but we'll figure it out here. And the finishing position of this heat will dictate how the 100 lap main starts. Based off of where they finish, that's exactly where they will start at. As you can see, still following the pace truck. And if you're in here for one of these heat races, you really just want to be nice and easy. Don't want to overdrive it, because this is not really going to do too much for your race, but it does give you a pretty good starting position for our 100 lap main. But the green flag is out here in the Bluegrass iRacing Truck Series. And it's time to get dirty. As you see Daniel Worthington, Cody Anderson right now, that's side by side for first. You can see already contact there for second. That was Daniel Cunningham. So he made some contact with the battles on for first. Daniel Worthington able to take that spot over. Jeremiah Hobbs sneaks into third. As Jeremy Vaughn was that truck that, or it was John Mollahan, who looked like maybe he took some contact, got put up a little bit. You can see Jeremy Vaughn, who's really good on dirt. Jeremy Vaughn now underneath Daniel Cunningham. That 2-car, we'll definitely have to watch out for him tonight. He will be fast. Daniel Worthington right now still has a pretty solid lead. As you can see, dirt flying. He has about a 2-car length lead now over Cody Anderson. And look at the car slide. Nothing like a good old dirt race. Right now, Daniel Worthington still has that lead. You see over Cody Anderson, not too far behind. Two laps to go. Jeremiah Hobbs under attack now from Jeremy Vaughn. And we told you Jeremy Vaughn really good at these races. See, Daniel Worthington still our leader. Daniel Worthington still our leader. And we'll see. This race finishes out. See, 6 laps to go in the stage. Daniel Worthington right now, followed by Cody Anderson, Jeremy Vaughn, Jeremiah Hobbs, Daniel Cunningham. And I know it's a little off. I know it's a little off screen, but I will fix that here in a second. You can see right now Daniel Worthington still out front right now. Has a pretty good lead right now over Cody Anderson. Over a second and a half, that is. Taylor Steffes right now in 7th place. Dakota Shepard 8th. Travis Twitty 9th. Into the wall, that's Travis Twitty. Two laps to go for Daniel Worthington. The white flag lap now for Daniel Worthington. He's going to come around. He'll finish out first. Cody Anderson there second. Jeremy Vaughn third. Jeremiah Hobbs fourth, and Daniel Cunningham fifth, and John Mollahan sixth. So really quickly, if you can excuse me for 1 second, I'm going to go reset something. And the Bluegrass iRacing series is going to be right back up. So just keep refreshing the page, and we'll get another one up here in just one moment.